All right.
Back at it again. Yep.
Boys are back
Better
in
go
town.
get Ulysses.
Yeah, let him know that we're starting so he doesn't miss any story. Or, well, he might miss a little. Alright. And just drop that we're on. So me and Ulysses, we were talking about Star Wars today.
Okay.
And it kept autocorrecting Palpatine to palpitating, and I'm thinking that's what he probably calls his orgasms.
Ooh. Ooh. Ew.
Yeah, I thought
that's like your heartbeat, right? Like palpitation.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I suppose it could be. In theory, it could be anything that.
That's just like pumping regularly, like.
Yeah, anything that pumps.
Like a prostate.
Like a pumping Palpatine.
Like Palpatine's prostate.
Palpatine's pumping prostate.
Palpatine's palpitating pumping prostate. Yeah.
Emporium and warehouse.
Jesus.
No, it's a rough. Let's see. Sound good on your end?
I can hear.
All right.
Hey, afternoon tune.
Hey, damn, you got
What's
in
up,
here like
man?
right away.
Yeah.
What is up? How you doing today?
What do they say? Broke the chat's hymen?
You popped the chat's cherry.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, how are you doing, afternoon tune? Oh, we're doing pretty good. I think we're both doing good.
Yeah. Can't complain.
I do like how the game just assumes you did all the extra hard stuff in the first one.
Yeah,
and
right.
it doesn't even try to be like, oh, you might not have. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go see Fast X. I don't know if I'm gonna see it right away, but dude, that fucking shit with him going down the dam, the trailer.
That's awesome, dude.
It's so stupid. And like I've said a few times, like if those movies weren't dumb, I wouldn't even like. I didn't like them until they got stupid.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like Transformers. Like it's already gonna kind of suck.
Well, so it might as well go.
It might as well just go absolutely ham. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I didn't get into the series until the fifth one.
Okay.
I think because that's the one where they drag the bank vault across the city attached to the car by the cables.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, I did. I did see Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you? I'm assuming you have not.
I haven't seen it, no. But I am. That is one that I am.
No, like
look forward to.
It was actually great.
Nice.
I thought it was actually really, really good.
Nice.
Possibly the last one. that'll feel that way, but I don't know. I like Black Panther 2 a lot. I thought it was awesome. I mean, I so far James Gunn has yet to really disappoint me. I have a lot of confidence in
What's up, Ulysses?
Hey, Ulysses. You didn't really miss anything. I think James Gunn, he just pulled it off again. It's another hit. I think that, I don't want to say too much about the story, but like, it's also one of the darker, in general, Marvel movies. I mean, as far as specifics go, I don't want to say too much, but like, it is, it does go into Rocket's backstory, which just based on having seen the other movies, is nice.
Well, I saw a headline that kind of indicated you know, what it was going to be. Yeah.
Peter would not approve.
Actually, no, PETA did.
Really?
They thought it was an accurate description, an accurate depiction of. It's kind of like when the Catholic Church came out and was like, The Exorcist is the greatest movie ever made,
because
it's because they were like, it's a realistic depiction of what.
Well, that's some bullshit.
Like. I know, but I'm just saying it's the same. It's the same thing on PETA. It's like it's an accurate depiction of what that's like.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. I
that's the headline I saw was PETA was like wow, like they gave James Gunn some award or whatever for.
It's interesting. I feel like usually PETA they get upset if you even depict something saying, even if you do something about how like animal abuse is bad, they act like you're endorsing it. You know?
Yeah, I don't.
They usually their response is, you shouldn't even be depicting it because it's not okay in any. You know,
I don't know. PETA's just usually up to something completely asinine, like when they sued that photographer for publishing the picture that the monkey took of itself with his camera.
He's like, you're appropriating that
monkey's picture. That's like that monkey has a right to that photo.
It's like, how is he going to copyright it?
Yeah, like what's he gonna? But yeah, they took him to court. They were like, that monkey took that photo.
That's insane. That is insane. Are you serious?
A random monkey picked up the guy's camera and accidentally took a picture of himself.
Rebranded fish. See, I remember them doing that. Yeah. I remember when they called them sea kittens.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't pet a fish.
You can kind of pet a fish. They just don't like it.
I think I've seen sometimes like stingrays. Stingrays like it.
Yeah, they also killed Steve Irwin.
Wow. I saw a video on Twitter the other day of Steve Irwin on some local TV channel or whatever with a snake, and he
how old was the clip? Like,
oh, it's pretty old. Yeah.
I mean, near his death, or like
no, even earlier than that.
Okay.
And he was there going like, and the snake is not gonna bite me because
it's not gonna bite you.
It's not gonna bite me because it doesn't sense a threat. And it's not naturally aggressive or whatever. And then the snake kind of like curled up on itself against his neck or whatever. Like it really wasn't freaking out or anything, but I think it got itself confused.
Oh, okay.
So then it bit his neck.
Ooh. Okay.
And he remained so calm during the whole thing. He's like, "Hey, you might wanna cut the cameras. You know, he's biting me right now." And they're like, "Oh my God, does it hurt?" And he's like,
I mean, you know, it's a snake bite, so...
Yeah, it's biting my neck.
It's biting me in the neck.
But
yeah, being pretty fucked up how people started butchering stingrays after he died. Pretty sure that... No, that's a completely insane reaction.
So stupid.
Well, that's like, I mean, you know... As soon as the Russian invasion of Ukraine happened, everybody was like, we have to ban Russian blue cats from cat competitions, from cat beauty competitions. It's like, okay. And the point of that is, I don't know, people just, their reactions to anything are just to immediately attack anything that even shares like a commonality with.
Right.
Yeah. No, people are not particularly rational.
No. People just want to lash out, man. That's a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, people they gotta have something to lash out against.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah. These fucking witches are always such a pain. Make sure to tell everyone you know to sub to us. I'm trying to get my co-host to shave his head.
Oh, wow.
That's like a sub goal. Is he going to do it on camera? If you get enough, he's got to do it on the show, right?
That'd be amazing.
I heard hypersonic missiles are being powered by Russian blue cats. 7:15, he'll shave his head on camera. Nice. Hell yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's a good way to get people to do it, though.
I'll sub. I'll do it.
Shit.
I'll do that right now.
Go over to After Teen Tunes channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up.
Try and make that happen. Hell yeah.
Well, you know, I'm a big fan of just people humiliating themselves for internet points.
Teacher got fired for showing Strange World to her students. Oh yeah, I did hear about that because there's a gay character in the movie. The teacher played the movie in like a class in like Florida, I think, and so they're like investigating the teacher as like a legal case because she played that movie in classrooms.
Well,
no, completely insane.
That's unreasonable.
It's completely unreasonable. Yeah. Florida's gonna Florida, I guess.
Right. This is his channel, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and everybody, shout out if you're watching this later on. Go check out Afternoon Tune. Follow, subscribe, help him out because I want to see. They should have been fired for showing such a mid movie. You know, if that was the argument, it's like this movie sucks. We're gonna investigate this teacher. That would be totally. I would be totally behind that if that was the reason for it. I never saw that, but I did think it looked really, really plain and kind of boring. I just didn't watch it because I had literally no interest in it. Very meh. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Ass runner. Yeah, it looked meh. It looked meh as hell.
Looks like it's through here.
I felt that way about so much more of like the like bigger mainstream pop culture stuff. I mean, God, I don't remember the last time I enjoyed something like live action Star Wars.
Oh, Andor was good, dude.
I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, I'll defend Andor. I thought Andor was pretty solid. It was the most interesting Star Wars thing I've seen in a long time. Yeah, for sure, man.
She wanted to show kids a movie involving science and stuff. I mean, I guess that. I mean, I guess I can understand that. If the movie actually does have a lot of science in it, but it seemed more like some nonsense, like Journey to the Center of the Earth, like pulp fiction comic kind of nonsense, like science. It didn't seem like it was actually science. Atlantis instead. Yeah, I mean, I remember enjoying that movie.
Yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
Haven't seen it in a while, but
I don't understand. So, like,
well, I think that they got mad because there was a gay character in the movie. That's why they're investigating the teacher. But in reality, the movie just isn't very good.
Was it like a super sexual movie in any kind of way or anything? Like,
as far as I know, no. But I guess Afternoon Tune, you saw it, so
I don't know. That's a lot. That's too much, man.
Like, it'd be one thing if it was like actually like super like overly sexual.
Yeah.
But like I never got that. Yeah, exactly. See, I never got that impression from what I saw.
See, that's dumb. I really don't understand. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't understand the like. Oh, there's a gay character in it. Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, gay people exist. Like,
he says he's gay and that's about it. Yeah, like that's yeah. Like there's a fine line between like being something that is overly adult, right, for kids, and something that is just like acknowledging basic reality.
Yeah, but that's like a clear. I mean, that's where the double standard of that stuff in Florida becomes so clear. Because I'm a fan of not having a lot of like highly sexualized content in schools,
sure.
but I don't care if it's straight or gay.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't think
it's super sexual at all.
But if you're taking something that isn't sexual and then being like, well, this is banned because the character is gay, then you can't make those arguments where like this is not an anti. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they lose any ability to more asexual people in media, because it would Florida's on a massive anti-gay crusade to the point you cannot mention homosexuality at all in anything. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, if that, they just, as that example just now of that movie, I mean, that's kind of, like, that's a pretty solid example of that being the case. And by asexual, it's just, like, characters that are not, like, actively expressing, like, sexualized behavior in children's movies. I think, yeah, we shouldn't have any of that. Like, that doesn't need to be in any way.
Right.
In kids' content. Like, that.
So, how'd you know you wanted to be about?
Well, and I mean, kids are stupid.
Kids are stupid.
So
I think kids are very stupid.
And the dumbest, like, situation a person can be in is a situation where they're thinking with their dick, or, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I don't think we should teach kids about those things because they're already stupid.
Right.
And everybody makes stupid decisions with regards to sex. Like,
right.
What are these kids going to get up to, man?
Right. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I liked that about Shang-Chi, too. I thought that was a great element of that movie. It's that there was no, like, there's a female, male main characters, and they were just bros. Like, they were just, that was it. Because it does feel forced into things. Like, I remember thinking that in the like, early Marvel movies. Too, where, like especially in, like, the first Thor.
Thor was what I was gonna say.
Natalie Portman.
Like, what was the point of that?
There wasn't one, especially when that character ended up not mattering or being important in any way later.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna, like?
Looks like it's.
Oh, okay, there we go. That Phantom of the Opera mask. Well, Afternoon Tune, did you know that that mask is... Because there's no mask like that in Norse mythology. They actually did get the inspiration to have this mask in the game from the movie The Mask. Because in that movie, it's like the Mask of Loki or whatever. So it's weirdly enough, that actually came from that Jim Carrey movie.
Good old Jim Carrey's The Mask.
Serving as inspiration for God of War.
Yeah, that is strange. I have seen that movie once. I don't really remember it.
Yeah, I don't even know how good that movie actually is because I haven't watched it since then.
Too bad giants have to follow proper.
It's just going to be living under a theater, playing an organ, and stocking up on scented candles.
It was too much of that Space Jam era, I think, for me.
It was just too much Space Jam era.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, like, there are some good movies that came out at that time that did a lot of that, like,
oh, hell yeah,
early
special.
special.
Was fine as hell back then, man. Oof.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I let a lot of
like
plot
Charlie's Angels.
Go. Yeah, I was gonna say I let a lot of like story quibbles go in that movie.
Yeah,
I let a lot of like criticisms of the script go because, I mean, it was Lucy Liu, Charlize Theron, and
yep, right. That's not really an option for movies anymore, though.
No.
That can't be the hook for a movie anymore.
No, it cannot. It's not. Well, it's not allowed to be.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like I was also like a little kid at the time, and I was definitely like, "Ooh, pretty girl."
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit otherwise. If that movie
just like,
came
get
out
the
now,
fuck out of here, Bosley. Like,
don't worry.
Yep.
No, I definitely would not let like those same criticisms go in a movie now. But
yeah, right.
I don't know. At the time, I was kind of as a 6-year-old. That's all I was really concerned about.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they went like they were super. There's definitely stuff you couldn't get away with now.
Yeah.
I guess unless it was like an R-rated film, maybe. But like that was PG-13, right?
Well, I'm not saying that you can't have some of those scenes in a movie. Just that, like, they
You
didn't.
could, but it would be R-rated.
Nobody made
You
that
know?
movie for any reason other than the reasons that we were just pointing
saying.
out about that movie.
Sexy vampires will get people watching the Twilight stuff again. It worked before. Well,
But that's for women.
Yeah.
You can still do that for women.
yeah, that's perfectly
Yeah,
acceptable.
fan service is still cool for women. It's
Yeah.
just,
Shit, even Attack on Titan kind of does that, but like only for the female eye.
yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but like Charlie's Angels was like clearly just for the male eye. I think.
Yeah.
No. Just talking to Ingrid.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Because I don't remember the last time a movie came out that was like that. I'm genuinely trying to remember.
Right.
You did
In
it.
the oh, dude, vampires were very overdone for a while there. And, like,
Yeah.
I like Buffy and Angel, but, like, I can admit that even despite liking those series, it is their fault.
Mess them up.
Right? Like, it's their fault that you got Twilight.
Well, yeah, you had the YA. Oh,
yeah, also
yeah.
just, YA in general.
Well, it got so weird. Did you ever see that movie Warm Bodies?
Yeah.
That's a fascinating movie, man.
That's
That is
fucking a
so
zombie.
strange. That is so strange to me. Like, there's already the implication with the vampires that it's like necrophilia, but it's like, well, you know, there's like magic or whatever, and they're undead or whatever.
Or you like...
You like that Warm Bodies? It's too creepy
never
for
saw
me.
it. I
Too
never-
creepy for me. The girl's dating a corpse. Like, it's literally a zombie.
I don't believe that rumor, to be honest, about him being Superman. That I don't think that...
Let's go.
I mean, like, I trust James Gunn to just make the best decisions, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's gonna.
Yeah, right.
Vampires. Yeah, they're not actively rotting. Yeah, I can't do the zombie thing either. I
That's
won't lie.
so strange, man. Like, could you
Like,
imagine?
why would you want to have sex with a zombie?
Like, what if parts start falling off, dude? Like,
Yeah, the dick could snap off
yeah.
right in the middle.
Or,
of it.
or if you're holding
Another
hands,
Brit
if you're like
dictator.
holding hands and you start walking away kind of aimlessly, and you take the hand with you, and you're like, what are you supposed to do
Or I mean, you
about that?
could be in the middle of penetration and the dick could just snap off and get lost in there.
Yeah,
You like put a forceps to get it out.
yeah. Saw that one time, man.
Did you? Oh,
So
wow.
did you?
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's all done for a good reason.
Yeah.
Feel what he's feeling.
Oh yeah, well that's true. There's that
Yeah.
exploding dick in the boys. Oh, look at that. There's a big dog.
Trust me.
All right. Let's
Oh,
not near its teeth.
So that's what the mask piece. The mask is leading us to, like, behind. Imagine pulling out a mag and well, yeah, that'd be bad too. That would also not be good. Well, I mean, you know someone that, or at least it was in a health class where the teacher told a story about that chick finding that like rotting hamburger up there.
yeah. He did tell me about that. That sounds awful. No,
It had been in there for like months, right?
apparently.
This is like, oh, it's itching for some reason. And then, oof,
That's gross.
that's disgusting. But I also wouldn't be shocked if that was true.
Yeah, that's dark, dude.
Don't be fucking zombies is a good rule. Yeah, I do think that's
Yep,
a
I
very
support
good
that.
rule. Don't fuck zombies.
I support
Like
that.
we do not need sexy zombies. I'm sorry. We really do not.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're welcome, mangy mutt.
Let's look in the
yeah, I can't get behind the zombie fucking. You know what is the
Well,
most?
you know, it didn't. At least it didn't catch on. Like, it wasn't
Fair.
like Warm Bodies came out and there was like a
was a
Twilight
bunch of zombie
moment and
movies.
everybody wanted to have sex with a zombie. Like,
How? It's not responding anymore. This has never happened.
You said trust you.
This has never happened to me. I swear. Never just stops working like this right in the middle of it. I don't know. You know, one of the most goth things I've ever heard, though, is apparently, Mary Shelley, right?
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Apparently, she lost her virginity on her mother's gravestone.
I shouldn't have listened to you.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, people were living under that, like, multi-year thing of the volcanic ash blocking out the sun, though, so kind of makes sense at that time.
Well, the Victorians, man, the Victorians were some morbid, morbid motherfuckers.
Weird
man.
fucking people.
You ever seen that
Victorian
hair?
English?
You ever seen that hair art?
Oh yeah, that shit's disgusting.
That's gross,
dude.
man. You shave a dead person's head and then you like make like a little like castle scene or whatever with their hair and then frame it and put it on the wall or something. Like
that's
make
disgusting.
roses out of it, like.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah, they were doing that too.
If you want some real-life horror, female mummies in ancient Egypt are always more decomposed than male ones because families would only send their dead female relatives to the morgue once they were too rotten to have sex with, because otherwise the priests might do that. Jeez. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Man.
Whew.
That's
dark.
Yeah,
That's real dark.
I wasn't aware of that. That's unfortunate.
Ooh.
Guess you know that the word was going around that the priests were some fucking weirdos.
Thor's daughter, Thrud does have like straight up like 80s hair. That's actually hilarious. Because they're doing the Viking thing where there's like braids and stuff, but that also looks like there's like hairspray in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the soundtrack? I thought it was good. I don't think that's quite as like memorable as the other two movies, but I think that there's a few song choices, like the very, very opening, where if you actually like look at the lyrics of the song, they feel like they have like direct plot relevance to the story of the movie in a way that the other two movies didn't necessarily have.
Okay.
So like it's slightly less memorable, but also there's some like thematically relevant things in not every song, but at least some of them. Like the opening one, especially, is like some really specific, like feel like character beats from the story. So I liked it. It's pros and cons, you know. It's got some stuff that makes it maybe not as good, but the Wolfwalkers. That's true. Yeah. Did you ever see that?
No, I remember saying I need to watch because it looks
so good.
Awesome. The animation looks so great.
Yeah, Cartoon Saloon is is a really impressive animation studio. Wolfwalkers was great. I still want to see. I'm trying to remember Children of the Nims, and then Song of the Sea. I think are their other two like Irish Celtic folklore movies, and then the Breadwinner, their fourth one.
That's that Afghan.
That's the one that takes place in Afghanistan. That was really good. That's probably their best one. Wolfwalkers. Wait, what? What did I do?
You coomed, dude.
Coomed.
You coomed.
Did I make a weird noise when I said that? Did my voice crack? I didn't even
You
notice.
were kind of like, Wolfwalkers.
Well, it was a great movie. Don't judge me.
Boy, is he going to. Father will have my back.
After the Allfather sent him away sulking with his tail between his legs? Doubtful. And you, Loki.
But no, that Cartoon Saloon Studio they're really impressive so far. I think they're going to be, like, if they keep up their track record, they're going to be like Studio Ghibli, where they earn like an international like fame and appreciation for themselves.
That's cool.
Like Palpatine's palpitating. What was it? What was it? Palpatine's
I don't need your help.
palpitating, pumping prostate. Yeah. That's what Star Wars Episode 9 was all about.
I'm over Star Wars, man. Even if I liked Andor, I wouldn't plan on watching much more Star Wars in my life.
I mean, like, when Star Wars is good, I'll be there. If it's good, I'll be there. Like, I want to. Yeah, Palpatine's palpitations. Now, I want to I want to watch Andor because I've heard so many people say it's good. The Star Wars Visions that just came out, that I thought was, most of it was quite good. Probably like 7 out of the 9 shorts I thought were really solid. The new game I'm enjoying. The PC version's a fucking disaster. It barely runs, but
Everything was fine until you showed up.
I'll make it up to you. I swear.
But yeah, I mean, Star Wars has just squandered so many opportunities and ruined its own potential so many times.
It's times like this.
It's hard to want to give it a chance.
You have a home? Before you
Yeah.
came here?
It is. I mean, that's why I haven't watched Andor yet. Right, that's why I kind of put it off and was like, I'll come back to it at some point.
Help you find them.
Right.
But
You know, screwing it up.
I don't know, man.
Wanna get burned?
I'm also like, I am like, not that you can't have good sequels or good remakes or good reboots or whatever, but it needs to change hands again to be good, and Disney won't let that happen. Yeah, I mean, I think you can get individual creators for sure.
Yeah, I
that
don't
do
know.
something with it, you know. Like I think the fact that James Mangold is tapped to direct that Old Republic era movie.
Sure, yeah.
I think that at least has potential. I mean, maybe it won't be good because who knows what the studio will interfere with, and even a good director, you know, doesn't necessarily have a perfect track record, but
Right.
at least it might be good. Mob Boss. I love the Mob Boss Odin. I love that. I think it's a great way to write his character.
Wound arm. That was a big one. Chaos is already spilling out into the other realms. We're safe here in Asgard. But everywhere else.
I think I want to go home.
Okay. If that's what you want. I meant it when I said you're not a prisoner here. It's your choice. Go, clear your mind. I know you'll be back. But before you go, you'll need the mask, right? It's not that I don't trust you. You understand?
No, that's a fucking lie.
Right.
Oh, and Ingrid?
You know, they never quite do anything with him like punching someone, but with the rings on his fingers, you could almost imagine him doing some brass knuckle shit.
Before you leave your old home, you screwed up. Doesn't change the fact that we're welcome here. Oh, and say hi to Mimir for me.
Where the rings? I have no idea. I don't think he ever does any. I mean, Odin is.
You might be waiting a while.
I mean, even in Norse mythology, he's like a collector of like treasures and rings of power. God damn it, Ulysses! Oh, by the way, I now have all the equipment I need for us to do the Rings of Power videos. So you're not going to be there for it. It's okay. That's going to be a me and Ulysses thing. You know, you don't have to participate.
Yeah, it sounds awful, dude.
So, but me and Ulysses are going to do. We just have to figure out a time that works. But we're going to be doing that.
You know, for a long time, I didn't mind doing the bad movie thing. But then when we had to watch Aquaman and fucking Justice League, the Snyder Cut,
that really
because that
Snyder Cut could not have been worse. That could not have been worse.
So long, man. Like I couldn't take it, and the amount of time between each, like it was like I was like a kid in the car going like, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
I know.
And it's like Like, I think by the end, I was asking, like, every 7 minutes, it's like,
is it almost over?
Yeah, I was like, can you check, can you just, like, touch the controller so I can see how much of the movie is left?
What happened to the plan where we were going to drug Alex and strap him down Clockwork Orange style to force him to watch Rings of Power? Nah, I mean, it's just going to be easier, I think, to do it with you and me, Ulysses. Not only because the equipment's going to just be easier to make work for two people, but also because after Justice League, I mean, he was just miserable.
I was pissed, man.
Well, we got to watch Aquaman 2.
No, we don't.
We gotta go see that at the theater.
We do not.
Dude, Alex,
do not.
People are saying
I know.
I've
heard it's like one of the worst movies ever made.
That's what people are saying. We gotta see it.
Why do I want to see it?
Because it's so bad. It sounds like it's gonna be so bad. We gotta see it.
I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes the bad things are funny, but sometimes they're just bad.
Sometimes they're just bad. Sometimes they're not. That's true. But like you never know.
I watched that entire first Aquaman movie for the laugh I had when that Scottish crab was like, "You Scottish lump."
See, I gotta disagree there. I thought that Aquaman movie was actually pretty funny throughout. As like it's so bad it's good.
Nah.
I found a lot of unintentional comedy in that.
Yeah, I agree to disagree, man.
That's okay. I don't know. You never know, though. Gods of Egypt was hilariously bad, like, the entire way through, I thought. The fucking Power Ranger transformations that they had.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know. I mean,
the scorpion that just explodes for no reason.
It's not like there aren't things that are so bad I think they're good. Like, I still think The Wicker Man is an amazing movie. Transformers 5 is hilarious.
Fucking Bumblebee fighting Nazis. Yeah, remember when Black Manta fell down that fucking cliff like Homer Simpson?
Yeah, that was funny.
Straight up like the Gorge episode.
Or like, I don't know, we gotta watch that Bruce Willis movie.
Oh, the Chinese propaganda?
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely Bruce Willis starring in Chinese propaganda sounds great.
You know that he was out of his mind when they made that movie already.
Oh, yeah, he was already.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he would have said yes to being in it.
It sounds so good, man. It's like if those Tommy Lee Jones, like those Japanese Tommy Lee Jones coffee commercials were made into a movie. That's what it sounds like it's going to be like to me.
Yeah. That sounds about right. God, you know we got another Alien already coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about it, man. That's another one of those franchises I kind of wish they would just let it go. Unless you get somebody like really interesting to work on it. Airstrike. Yeah, that's the name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and there's an Aliens series that's being worked on right now that I do think sounds interesting.
So they got a movie and a TV series?
Well, the movie just got announced. The series was announced a couple of years ago, I'm interested in because it's being done by Noah Hawley, that guy that did the Fargo show and the Legion.
Sure.
That guy's got a weird fucking mind, and I'm interested in what. Basically, I'd be interested in anything he did.
Okay. Gotcha. I mean, yeah, that does sound a lot more legit.
As far as just like another movie goes, I'm kind of just like, why?
Is it going to be like
it's
a take on Prometheus, or is it going to be like?
I don't know. It sounds like it'll be closer to like the older Alien movies.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm exhausted by prequels and shit like that.
Yeah, it's being directed by Fede Alvarez. He did the 2013 Evil Dead remake.
Okay.
So, like, again,
I like that.
Maybe,
yeah.
You know, if it's all about, like, creature effects.
Mm-hmm. Was he hiding?
He only just came out now.
I hate Tyr, dude.
Yes, Noah Hawley did Legion. Yep. Noah Hawley did Legion and Fargo. And he's the one doing this Alien series.
Yeah, that's some prestige television right
Tyr's
there.
big for no reason. Yeah, he's certainly not helpful.
It's a big bitch.
I don't know. There's too many franchises that just. I mean, if they were good consistently, that'd be one thing, right? But they're not. Like, we need to let Terminator go, right? Like Terminator, they need to stop with Terminator.
Well, how many good Terminator movies have there even been, dude? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like
Terminator and T2. That's it.
Instead of making another X-Men movie about racism, they should make it about mental health. Like, I mean, personally, Legion is my favorite X-Men adaptation. That's my favorite adaptation of any X-Men content. Arnold said he's done with Terminator. I mean, he could say that, but that doesn't mean the studio is going to stop making those movies.
They'll make it without him.
I'm sure they will. I liked that show, but that was, 20 years ago now?
If Arnold...
Or maybe not that long.
If Arnold's family doesn't love... Yeah,
is Arnold's CGI face done with Terminator, though?
Yeah, especially if Arnold's family doesn't love him like Bruce Willis's family.
Yeah, they just signed his likeness away.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's crazy, man. Could you imagine you get, like, straight-up dementia, and then your family sells the rights to your face? Like, it's like, for... I don't know what they charge for Bruce Willis's face.
I don't know.
I don't know what it costs to get Bruce Willis's face in your Viagra ad or whatever.
Just doing the Alien versus Predator movie where the Predators are all like dumb college kids in a Jason movie getting killed by the alien while fucking in the shower. I'd watch that. Sounds more like a Robot Chicken skit, but... Could I give? I mean, if you have the money, if you have enough money.
His family.
I don't know how much it costs.
His family has the the power of attorney over him because he has dementia, basically. I know there's a different condition, but literally, like, he isn't capable of making decisions $5 for himself. But yeah, they basically put up the rights to use his likeness. You can buy the rights to Bruce Willis's face.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I don't know how much it actually costs.
No idea.
But, yeah.
But it is something you can do now.
A movie studio could easily afford it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm thinking, like Esurance or, like, something could get his face. Like, I would assume it's
I bet it'll be Viagra. Or maybe they'll do, like, some sort of medication for, like...
Dementia?
Or, like, Alzheimer's.
CGI is like, I'm Bruce Willis and I have dementia and it's not even him. Like...
God, that's sad.
That is sad, man. Yeah, here I'm gonna look up
Bruce Willis as the Geico Gecko. He'll just be the new Gecko.
How much does it cost to use Bruce Willis's likeness?
Reprimand me?
No, I am relieved. You are safe.
Yeah. A deep fake firm, so they sold the rights to recreate his likeness to a deep fake firm. Oh, he's already appeared in a Russian commercial without ever stepping on set.
So it's already happening.
Yeah. What was the commercial?
His daughter looks a lot like him. I hope it's a Russian Viagra commercial. That's amazing. She'll have to shave her head. I'm sure you can probably CGI that part.
Yeah, let's see if we can find this Russian commercial.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you'll have to post that in the end of the chat if you can find it.
Yep, I found it.
You got it? All right, nice. Yeah, throw a link in the chat. This is such a weird... So this is the first fake CGI Bruce Willis commercial to come out.
I don't know.
Oh, it's like an about thing.
It's for a telecom company.
Okay, telecom.
Yeah.
Daughter of Chucky looks like him too. She could do a great... Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's a Russian Viagra commercial where he's standing around in Ukraine complaining about how his missile doesn't work. That's gold. Alright, now we gotta go fix...
For when you must simply, absolutely achieve Launch.
Be careful, we don't want to get
Reach
drafted
for
into the Russian
Viagra.
War. Well, Bruce Willis apparently already got drafted into the Russian War.
I've been, there's a billboard for a company I've been driving past lately.
Oh, yeah?
It's been around since the 70s. It's like a crane. They're like crane operators or something.
Okay.
But it's called Quality Erections.
Quality Erections. All right, there's no way that's not intentional.
Back in the 70s, maybe it wouldn't have had quite the implications it does now. But it makes me laugh every time I see it. Kind of like that 1940s Batman comic where the Joker won't shut up about how he's gonna like have a lot of boners and everybody's gonna see his boners and
he's gonna make Gotham rue the day they laughed at his boner. It's like a Simpsons joke. Yeah,
right.
No, it definitely. Yeah, well, the Joker thing, because boner used to just mean mistake.
Yeah, right.
And then it ended up being a erection that was a mistake, and then it just went on to mean erection.
Yeah,
Marin Bell's erection to cheering crowd. that would be like a newspaper headline in The Simpsons. Yeah, I love the spear.
Yeah, it's dope.
Such a cool weapon.
Boom.
I do wonder what they would. Our boners are kind of it used to be that the word boner only meant mistake, and then people started saying it as to mean an erection that was a mistake, and then eventually it just meant erection.
Yeah, because the
went through a interesting evolution there.
Yeah.
It is hard to explain why.
But so you get stuff like that where the Joker is talking about his, everybody laughing at his boner.
Right. So, I mean, like, I don't know. I think the word erection has meant that for longer, but I think probably in the past the idea of like calling a building or something that you erected,
right, referring to it that way.
Referring to it as an erection would have been less on the nose, I guess.
Right. I mean, you never know, man. I mean, like, you look back on, was it Mozart wrote that song that's just, the lyrics are literally just, eat my ass, eat my ass, eat my ass. I don't know, people have always been kind of...
Well, the Germans are different, man.
That's true.
They've always been like that. Even, like, Martin Luther couldn't help himself but, like, writing a bunch of, like, fart jokes and talking about poop and...
Can I just not hit those guys?
I guess not.
Truly a master composer.
Well, I'm sure the accompanying music was very impressive, but the lyrics were kind of lacking.
I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe everybody in a lot of those theaters really thought that was like hilarious at the time.
Oh, did he perform it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I had assumed it was something that he had like written to himself as like a joke. I had never considered the fact that he may have been sitting in front of an audience with like a 300-member orchestra, like
performing.
Eat my ass, eat my ass, eat my ass, eat my ass.
I mean, I don't know, man. It could have happened.
Maybe, man. Maybe.
I'm gonna hope, because I think it'd be hilarious if it did.
That would be strange. Yeah, just be like, we went to go see that famous guy Mozart last night.
He just sang about eating ass.
There's 15 minutes of talking about eating ass.
Just not what I was expecting. Tickets were expensive.
People were told me this was a classy thing.
I mean, eating ass is classy in Germany, I feel like.
Is it?
Oh, come on, it's Germany, man. They think it was classy.
Yeah, like you get like a 7-course meal or something. Tour de ass.
Tour de ass. Yeah. That's great. I mean, I don't know, man. I think, if anything, what that says to me is it just kind of shows how people talk about how, like, oh, things have gotten weird recently, and I don't know, I think the world's always been kind of just a cartoon. I think that's just always been the case. Funny how old school Austrians were still interested in eating ass, and old school Japanese were carving tentacle hentai woodcuts. Yeah, that shit's not new.
Yeah, that
tentacle shit is not new. That is classic ancient, like, Japanese culture.
I will say that that is the whole octopus thing.
Yeah.
Definitely is old. But their ideas of, like, how it would physically work were different. Like, yeah. I don't know, like, on stream how much we want to go into, like, but, like,
Can I not move the... Oh, wait, hold on.
It seems like the Japanese of the past thought that, what the octopus would do is would just kind of eat the girl out. At least the ones that ones I've seen. Yeah. Strange, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, whatever, man. We've talked about some weird shit.
But no, I mean, if you look up, I don't know exactly what you would want to Google, or if you would want to Google
this at all.
But the woodcuts that Ulysses is talking about is always like the octopus, like, performing, cunnilingus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can say it.
Okay. Well, I don't know, man. I want to try to keep things. Yeah, I know, right?
Near their genitals is a beak. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, even teeth are like, I'm sure some people are into weird teeth stuff, but, like, then there's those bird furries with duck. Oh yeah, there's the duck tits in the Howard the Duck movie.
That's awful, dude. Don't tell me about that.
Well, you know.
Yeah,
you know. It's not new.
Right. Yeah, see? It's always like that.
Oh. Okay. God, alright. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening, man. Well, that's weird. I mean, I don't want to say that the tentacle fucking makes sense, but it makes more sense than the beak cunnilingus.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
I don't know, man. It was weird.
Yeah? I don't know.
I don't get it.
No, it's really hard to understand what people were up to back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it is impossible to truly have the context for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just casually sharing tech. Well, hey, it's not on the stream itself.
Hey, it's over.
It's beak cunnilingus.
Those woodcuts are now considered
art,
fine art, Ulysses. So
that's art.
Yeah, we're just appreciating art on stream.
Don't be a bigot.
Yeah,
just being culturally insensitive.
Or just some backwater piece of shit non-art appreciating fuck, dude. Like, it's art.
Yeah, it's totally art.
Or as Stanley in The Office said, it's called hentai.
And hentai is just animated.
No, yeah, I know, but have you seen that episode of The Office?
I've really not ever seen much of The Office. I remember trying to get into it, and it's not for me.
I don't know. Stanley was one of the best characters on that show, but there's a part where they're like where they do those cutaway interviews or whatever, and he's like, "It's called hentai, and it's art."
All right, well, that's funny. That makes me want to watch it. Oh, God.
Oh, man, there's tentacle emojis?
Yeah, well, of course there are, man. How else are you going to communicate through emojis what your fetishes are?
Emojis are Japanese, too, so fair enough.
Are emojis a Japanese thing? Is that where that came from?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Finally figured out what they're for.
Well, they were the ones the Japanese were the first ones to just go crazy with emoticons. Like, have you ever seen how complex some of the emoticons that they've come up with are? Like, just using punctuation and stuff like that.
Damn. I guess I didn't realize.
I like the table flipping one. I really enjoy that one.
Table flipping.
Yeah.
Like it's like someone getting angry and flipping a table over like a board game or something.
Yeah. Here, I can show you some of these emoticons.
Interesting. Okay. It's like the stupid fucking hamster face in the Denko guy story. Oh, okay.
Those are Japanese.
I didn't realize that that came from Japan.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, there's your table flipping.
Huh. Wow.
It communicates it pretty well, right?
It does, surprisingly.
I know I can't trust him, but I needed his help. Can't let Ragnarok happen either.
Yeah, there's some pretty creative ones. I really like the table flipping one. I think that's a good one.
Huh.
But you have to recognize also, like, in Japanese, there's a lot of characters that we don't use in English that you can make interesting things with.
I don't know if that's going to work this time, Atreus. Garm is... Yeah, Garm's not like all the other animals that you've... He's all disappointed.
He's looking
not a little.
He's looking a little scruffy, man. Mangy.
So we also got a new thing for that second power meter. So now we have that rage mode. We have the health refill.
Sage is always being non-dogs, man. Remember what he was doing in Resident Evil to those dogs, too?
Maybe we won't stream Resident Evil 4.
You kill even more dogs, dude?
They're fucking zombies. They're zombie dogs, okay? They're not normal dogs.
Sounds
Try and make an argument about those ones.
Sounds
got,
like what a dog.
Coming out of
sounds
their
like what a dog murderer would say.
Oh my gosh.
They're not even dogs.
It's not. They're not. They're zombies. Is a zombie person still a person?
Hey, the first thing.
They don't have human rights.
The first thing that happens before a genocide, man, is like this dehumanization, man. You dehumanizing these dogs?
Say something walks around pound. Oh my god. God damn it. Best Fast and Furious movie? Let's see. Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna say either 6 or 8. 6 or 8, I think. Because 6 is the first one where it felt like they truly were just like, fuck it, we're a superhero movie now. But then 8 also, I think, is the one that took it the furthest and made it the most just entertainingly crazy. Like, that has the zombie car sequence in it, where, like, every car in New York apparently is a driverless car, even though that's not true. And they literally all get hacked and then chase them whole sequence in that movie.
That is pretty crazy. That might be coming soon, though, dude.
True, but in that movie was acting like that technology already existed in the real world.
I gotcha.
I don't know, I thought 7 and 9 are both fun, but they're not like, I don't know if they're quite as entertaining. I don't know, 6 and 8 are probably my 2 favorites.
Okay.
I know a lot of people say 7 because that was the one where they had the like kind of goodbye to Paul Walker.
Oh, sure.
But I actually found that movie to be just a slight step down from 6 in terms of entertainment factor.
Gotcha.
Because it did try to take itself just slightly more seriously. And I get it because he died. But I thought that made it, I don't know. I thought that was a drawback, personally.
Sigil arrows don't work on that.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know, I'd say that's probably for me anyway. I guess you haven't really seen them, so.
No.
I tell you, that is something we should definitely just like have like a case of beer and watch some of those at some point. That shit is highly entertaining.
It'd be a good weekend, dude.
Because I don't think they're particularly good either. Like they're like there's a level of incompetence in them.
Yeah.
That I think they have that is what makes them entertaining. Because like they're goofy on purpose, but there's also like a little bit of them not being good. I don't know. It's kind of adds to the magic of it.
Have you noticed that the monster cans now?
What's up with them?
That like some of them now are just like regular cans. Like the tab's different, and like they don't color the top anymore.
Huh. God, did they color the top before?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess I never paid that close attention to them.
I guess I drank too many of them. I noticed immediately. I was like, huh, that's odd. I think it also helped that I bought two, and one of them was the way it used to be, and one of them was like that. So
oh, well,
like,
yeah, I definitely would have noticed if I had one of each.
Huh.
No, I definitely would have
Probably a
noticed
cost-cutting thing.
Yeah, so they're trying to cheap out on them.
Save the money on custom tabs and coloring the top of it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you need to, but that seems like I don't know, can that corporation really not afford to do that anymore?
I don't know, man. If you need to maintain a certain margin,
I suppose,
but you don't want to raise prices. Business is weird, man.
Yeah.
Especially in an inflationary environment, people start doing some really weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, it does hit everybody. God, I am worried about some of the... Like, I mean, I think that the writer's strike is, like, they need to do the strike, right? Like, I'm totally, like, behind that strike happening. But, man, I'm worried about some of the garbage entertainment that might come out. Because the last time there was a writer's strike,
2009, right?
2007, I think. But we got some Quantum of Solace.
Oh, jeez.
Remember what Heroes turned into past season 1?
No, I don't watch that show. I remember you bitching about it.
Yeah, that first season I thought was really great, and that writer strike, fucking kill. Although it seems like you know what? That's the thing. Rings of Power isn't even hiring scabs. They're just not having writers.
How does that work? Like they're doing ChatGPT's going to do it or something?
I don't know, but they also don't have. The showrunners don't go to set ever. So they have no writers and no showrunners, and they're still making it.
So who's making the show?
I don't know. I guess the actors are just being like mailed scripts and then told to show up.
That's bizarre.
That makes. I think season 2 of Rings of Power might be genuinely hilarious.
That shit cost $1 billion,
and they're putting that little effort into it.
Wow.
ChatGPT. That's true. Actually, the AI might be able to do a much better script.
Or at least the AI would probably be like, "Oh no, that's not accurate to Tolkien's writings."
Yeah, the AI.
At least ChatGPT's read The Lord of the Rings. Like
that's fair. Yeah. I think Rings of Power is 100% money laundering.
Yeah, I know. $1 billion. That's got to be so Amazon could take some massive impairment on its taxes or something. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, I think Rings of Power is a straight up scam. Because like people talked about like yes, some of the effects in the show looked good, some of it looked good.
But for it to be the most expensive television show ever.
Well, I also thought a lot of that show did not look that good. Like the armor on the Numenorians looked like some garbage printed off a 3D printer. Like there was some stuff in that show that looked, I think, genuinely bad special effects wise. So like people were talking about how like, oh, the money's there. You know, it looks really good even if the story's not great. And I'm like, some of it looks really good. Some of it looks kind of like crap. But we'll really dig into every little detail of it on our commentaries when me and Ulysses do that.
Interesting.
There'll be a lot of things to pick apart.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
That's good. It honestly is going to be a good time.
I don't know. The scenes that you showed me, I was actually just maybe of all the quality things that stood out to me was just how amateurish the
actual film.
the cinematography was.
Yeah.
Like the way like it was like almost soap opera camera setups and stuff, like just lazy, like nothing dynamic in the shots or anything like that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Because you could have all the money for for fancy cameras and CGI, but if you don't have somebody that just has an interesting way of framing things, then it doesn't even amount to anything.
No. Like, I'm not like a film snob, but I will notice if I
could be snobby.
Yeah. But
I'll fully admit.
But I will notice if your shit is just really boring to look at.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah, it's fucking Celebrimbor, the greatest living elfsmith, doesn't know how to fucking make an
Which
ale.
is insane, because I mean, alloys are basically as old as metallurgy. You know, I mean, what's brass? Copper and tin?
Yeah.
Bronze is...
I think that the writers of Rings of Power just thought it was a really novel idea because they'd never heard of alloys before.
But I mean, if you talk about, the bronze, think about how long ago the fucking Bronze Age was. How primitive things were in the Bronze Age. Bronze is an alloy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know.
Almost as long as humans have been melting metal, they've been mixing them together. It is not
the greatest elfsmith alive.
Even if we look at the Lord of the Rings and try to think of it as analogous to human eras or whatever, you can say, oh, this is the Middle Ages or whatever. It's humans have been making alloys forever since then. There are there's technology in the Lord of the Rings that wouldn't be possible without alloys.
Yeah,
it's
most of the swords.
Right. Yeah. And then the idea that these fairly advanced civilizations with arms and armor and gates and complicated constructions and things like that would be able to get there without using alloys is just nonsense.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense at all. Ancient Sumeria, 2000. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking ancient as shit. Back before we had to have a really good sense of recorded history, that shit was around.
Yeah, exactly.
It's yeah. I don't know, man. That show has so many fucking problems. There's very little redeemable about it.
Yeah, I don't know. That particular scene was one of the dumbest things I've seen. That is some of the crappiest writing. That's just being alright, fuck it.
Well, then the hobbits were fucking heartless savages too.
Yeah, right.
They literally make a whole point in the story about how if you even sprain your ankle, you will be fucking left to die. They help their own people, literally not at all.
Especially, which is mind blowing to be the gist you get from the hobbits, and when one of the big things in the
they are proto hobbits, but even without the hobbit culture, let's just reference nomadic people in real life. If you leave everyone behind the second they get injured, you're gonna not have people to travel with anymore.
Right.
You're gonna just run. You're gonna extinct your own tribe by leaving everyone behind.
But also,
logically makes no sense.
I mean, one of the defining characteristics of the hobbits in the Lord of the Rings is that kind of like loyalty to each other and like the willingness to like sacrifice to save each other. Like all of the hobbits have that. They all have moments of that. Like Pippin, Merryweather, Sam, Frodo, they all...
Sam.
Yeah, especially Sam. But at different points in that story, each one of them, like, is like, no, we have to go save our friends. We can't let... That's one of the things that defines the hobbits in those stories. That's just, I don't know. It's stupid.
No, I mean, it's, yeah. Like, did I tell you how I was very confident that they filmed like a sex scene with Galadriel and Sauron, but just ended up cutting it out though?
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because they had there were like reports about how they had like the intimacy coordinator like on set or whatever for filming, and then there was never a sex scene in the show at all, and there was like talk about how the show was going to have like all this like nudity in it, and that it wasn't in there, and so I'm like, I'm pretty sure Galadriel and Sauron were going to get down, and they just cut it out.
Who wants that in the Lord of the Rings, man? Like,
I thought the whole point of hobbits was they had a sense of community and selflessness. Yeah, exactly. And like, I get that it's like a proto-hobbit, and like they're not quite hobbits yet at this point in time, but like, you'd think that some certain basic elements of them would still be there, even if they live in a nomadic tribe.
Well, and it's like there wasn't really a reason to have like the Harfoots in the story. Like, it was so obviously like kind of a nostalgia bait, like a connection. Like oh, you can't do a Lord of the Rings thing without hobbits, even though like the Harfoots are like barely mentioned at all.
Yeah, they're described.
Yeah,
but they also like,
they don't have like,
they don't do anything. They don't
on,
matter.
Yeah, well, that's the point of the Lord of the Rings is the hobbits never did anything the entire history of the Middle Earth, and then they were central to the most important thing that ever happened in Middle Earth.
This one just unbelievably,
consequential event.
Yeah.
But you would think if you're just nostalgia baiting on the Hobbit thing, you think you would make them Hobbit-like, exactly. Like they would be similar to the Hobbit.
Well, like, and also for all of the like, we need to make this story diverse and have a diverse cast of characters. You know that in the books, the Harfoots are described as all being browner of skin, right? Like, collectively as a tribe, the Harfoots are all at least have a somewhat brown skin tone, and in the show it was only the ones in the background that they had black actors play, but the main ones were still white.
Yeah, that's weird, dude.
So it's like, if you're gonna try and have some diversity, like, can we at least, like, not be so obviously corporate about it? Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, if you're gonna do it, like fucking do it. That show is like infinitely frustrating.
Right. I love when you call the axe back.
Here's your diversity. We whitewashed it for you. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Don't stop. That's my one big criticism of this game, is that they
don't give you any time to figure out the puzzles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, good God, guys. Like, you could let me like think about it for like a minute.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, some of the puzzle aspects of
God of War have
gone by the wayside. Yeah. I mean, the older games had more complicated puzzles than these games do.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying, like,
it was a bigger aspect of the games back then.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying, like, if they're going to be really easy anyway, why do the NPCs
explain them immediately?
Yeah, don't just tell me the answer. Like, why does the NPC need to explain it to me?
Right.
If they're not even going to be
difficult.
Like,
maybe I want to solve the puzzle, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you lost one.
Huh?
I mean, you just get it back into place now. Yeah, have him make a new one. Oh, but now you.
Yeah, that'll still work.
Oh, okay, cool. There we go.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like so often I go back to just complaining about Rings of Power on the stream, but like, goddamn it really did annoy the shit out of me.
Well, it's because it was Tolkien, and Tolkien seemed untouchable. Like, Like, after what Peter
I think
Jackson
the show proved
did...
he's untouchable.
What do you mean?
Well, as in, like, you cannot live up to it if you're not going to take it seriously.
Well, no, for sure. I don't know, like, The Hobbit was terrible.
Those were already, I thought the Hobbit movies were already so awful.
Yeah, right, that it already was kind of a stain on it, but it was like, I suppose The Hobbit kind of broke the taboo on it. Yeah, that shit was terrible.
Granted, I think those Hobbit movies are definitely better than Rings of Power.
Oh, I think you're definitely right, and I've watched very little of Rings of Power, and
I think those Hobbit movies genuinely are even worse. I mean,
well,
I think the Hobbit movies are genuinely better than that show.
I thought the Hobbit movies were half-assed cash grabs that were still in the spirit of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Rings of Power absolutely just wasn't in the spirit of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Definitely wasn't in the spirit of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. It was just soulless.
It was, completely soulless. Soulless, mindless. Oh man. It's like, it's hard to believe how bad
it's what you expect from Amazon. Like, I've been
The Boys is
that's
Amazon.
what I was gonna say is I've been pleasantly surprised by some of the stuff that has come out of Amazon. But it is kind of the type of entertainment you would expect Amazon to make.
Right. This is
like
stuff you'd think
sanitized, corporatized, like, garbage.
It's just like a chew toy being flung around.
Did you see that Netflix, their Cleopatra show?
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Has like a 1% audience score.
Yeah, because
it's
it's terrible.
Thing in the
because they're trying to make like the actual argument that Cleopatra was black and that the history is wrong and that this is the truth of it. That they're literally I've watched the interviews with Jada Pinkett Smith, right, who is like one of the head kind of behind the show. It's a Netflix show, and it's like literally trying to be like a semi-historical documentary. Not exactly a documentary, but it's trying to say, the history is wrong and Cleopatra really was black. Like, it's trying to to make like an active argument about it, because Jada Pinkett Smith in those interviews is actually doing that. So it's a really fucking weird. And the people in Egypt are really upset about it. Like, it's just like Egyptians.
Well, but I don't understand. I've heard the claim before, but I've never never seen an argument for it.
We know she's not. There's no evidence.
Other than Egypt is in Africa, therefore she must have been black.
But
even though she's a member of an imported ruling dynasty from Greece,
she was Greek. She was inbred. She was descendants of the Macedonian generals. Alexander the Great.
Ptolemy was one of Alexander's generals, and then when Alexander's empire collapsed, he took control of Egypt and they kind of split his empire among. But I've never seen the actual argument for. Like, I don't know. I might watch.
They're just saying they just want to make the argument, so they do. There's no, because there is no argument to make. That's the thing.
Oh, I gotcha. I mean, I'm not like offended by it. I just think
I'm not offended, but people in Egypt are.
I just think it's odd that like something that like you have no evidence for, you would try to make a series and then call like a historical. It's kind of Ancient Aliens, you know.
It is kind of Ancient Aliens. That's true, actually. I mean, there's no logic to believing that. There isn't.
Yeah, I mean that's like. I mean, it's the same as people saying Jesus was white.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, and Jesus was absolutely not white. Like, that's like, if he existed at all, which I mean, there's not really quite strong enough evidence for that either. But
I think there's decent evidence that there was a historical person called Jesus at the time.
There's some circumstantial stuff that I think suggests there is potential for there to have been, but I don't think there's anything that's like concrete.
Sure.
But it is the same argument. Like, Jesus was not white, Cleopatra was not black. But the thing is, like, it's not like I'm trying to make an argument that Cleopatra was white either. She wasn't white either. She was a lighter but brown-skinned, inbred descendant of the Macedonians. Like, she was. I mean, it's like in Egypt in general, the Egyptian ethnicity is way closer to like Arabic. To like modern day Arabic than
for sure
than black or white, right? Like I mean, it's some of it is such an American thing, right?
Yeah,
it's an American perspective on race,
I mean,
that other people around the world just do not think about race the same way that Americans do.
Well, it's funny, like to talk about
Also, most people in Egypt at the time weren't black. If I remember right, Cleo was mixed, but half Greek, and her Egyptian side would likely have been more Middle Eastern. Yeah, exactly. Because the Egyptians were closer to Arabic than anything.
It's like, honestly, what the fuck does the word white mean, you know?
Right. Technically we're pink. Really, if we want to be real specific about it.
But, like, I mean, 80 years ago in the U.S., people would have said that Greek people weren't white or Italians weren't white. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck does that shit really mean? The Irish is always weird. Because I always assumed that, like, it was like the WASPs. Your Anglo-Saxon Protestants, your Englishmen, your Germans. They were all like, "Oh, we're very pale. So anybody darker than us is not white." And the Irish show up, and it's like, Jesus, man, you can, like, on a bright day, like, you can lose an Irish person. Like, I've seen pictures of, like, Irish women sunbathing on the beach, and, like, you don't even know they're there. And then, like,
that's true.
And they're like the whitest people, and then for them to be like, "You're not white." If I was Irish, I'd be like, "You're not white."
Right. Well, I mean, I think it just the fact that those distinctions change over time so much, I think just goes to show that race is kind of this just an imagined and ever-changing byline.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ulysses, because you have to imagine
Egypt,
that,
especially in its noble class, was such a melting pot.
You have to imagine the elites in Egypt when Alexander showed up were all Achaemenid Persians.
Remember how
they would have been.
Soul was in Atreus' knife, the wolf that died at the very opening of the game.
Yeah.
So that's how we beat Garm, is we put Fenrir's soul into Garm, and that's how you get Fenrir as a giant wolf.
Nice.
I've been learning things. This has nothing to do with that.
But absolutely. I mean, the fact that race has been viewed so differently by people in so many different ways throughout so much history, that does go to show you that it is such a pointless thing to really draw lines around.
Well, and it's like saying that Jesus is white. In the U.S. 80 years ago, people would have said, if they looked at an actual picture of Jesus, like if there was an actual picture of the historical Jesus, they would have been like, that guy's not white. But like now the census considers Arabic people to be white, which
that's true.
But culturally in America we don't really think that way. But like that's how you're that's how you like you when you fill out like racial stuff on the census, there isn't a Middle Eastern Arabic line. You're supposed
a lot of people from the Middle East in Europe are considered Asian.
Yeah, right.
So that's another completely different way of looking at it.
It's just, I mean, it does show you, like, race is it is really just kind of a social construct.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. It does because it doesn't fucking matter. Realistically, it doesn't matter. Like, it's different skin colors exist, but like,
well, I did feel bad for the African Americans because I remember watching a documentary, some like like African American people had decided to move to Ghana. You know, it's kind of like a reclaim your roots kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
people in Ghana kept calling them white because, like, you know, most black people in America are mixed, so they're much lighter than the average person in Ghana. So they were like, yeah, you're white. And they were like, no.
Yeah. So I mean, again,
like,
that just goes to show you, how different.
Yeah.
Right, it's open. Maybe we can use the sigils to freeze the gear up there.
We just need to do it on this side first.
Plus, like, in my experience, man, like, people in Africa, they don't sugarcoat shit, man. They'll tell you straight up.
Yeah, they just don't care.
No. I don't even know if it's they don't care. It's just like, I mean, just like, I think culturally, you're just more blunt.
Sure.
Like, so, yeah, people... It's not like they're rude. They're just gonna tell you.
Blunt.
They just don't. I mean, we live in the Midwest where, like, everything's like triple chocolate dipped. Dude, like, nobody can tell you what they're.
In more ways than one, too.
Yeah, but nobody can tell you what the fuck they actually mean.
Well, like, that's the whole Minnesota nice, right? Like,
Yeah, right.
Passive aggressive and.
Yeah, people are fucking passive.
Oh, people are so passive aggressive here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, that's what Fargo is about, right? It is about the veneer of, like, true intentions inside of that fake niceness, right? Like, that's why they do the over the top Minnesota accent so much in that movie, is because it's making a point about that.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I do like about the Minnesota level of passive aggressive is that, like, in Minnesota, people try to be very polite.
Sure.
But at least it's not like the South where they try to, like, they go out of their way to seem like they're being very kind to you while they're also, like, actively insulting you to your face.
The British do that sometimes, too.
Yeah.
Remember Trevor Noah talking about that, where he was traveling in Africa and he had people being very blunt with him about why it's important not to look gay. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I believe that, though. I believe that.
Yeah. They feel differently about that stuff in Africa.
At least in some places.
There was a big controversy recently in Uganda where they passed a ton of, like, anti-gay laws and stuff like that. Yeah, and then I don't remember what U.S. official kind of called them out on it, but, like, that the president of Uganda was not having that shit. Like, he was in like their Congress or whatever, like, directly basically telling the U.S. to go fuck itself. Like,
yeah. And you can't get anybody to agree on things these days.
No.
Yeah, a lot of the world does not. Yeah, that's true. That's true. How does modern day Greece feel about that? What's that like in modern day? Because they were like the gayest civilization.
Yeah, I mean, Greece is an interesting place because it's like, it's Mediterranean, but it's also kind of Eastern European.
Right.
And I mean, well, the Mediterranean and Eastern Europe are probably the least pro-gay parts of Europe.
Sure.
One, because they're the most religious parts of Europe.
Right. Which always happens with religion.
Yeah. And especially, like, I mean, Greek people aren't Slavic, but, like, again, they share cultural similarities with, like, people in Yugoslavia and like that. You know, they're in the same part of the world as Bulgaria and Romania and Albania and places like that.
Modern Greeks are very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to use this cutscene as an opportunity to.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Be right back.
Yeah, Europe is an interesting place, especially when you consider, like, the EU and the different countries that are in it and how different their philosophies on everything are. Like, it's weird to think that a country that's as religious as, like, a Poland is in the same kind of. I mean, like the EU is like a quasi country in a lot of ways. It's in the same union as a country as atheist as the Netherlands, or oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Greece definitely participates in Eurovision. Pretty much every country in Europe does, short of like the microstates and stuff like that. But I mean, even Moldova participates. You know, like it doesn't take much to do Eurovision. Like it's a pretty
Are we
cheap
talking about how much
prospect.
Eurovision sucks?
Well, he just asked if Greece does Eurovision, and I said, yeah, like all the European countries do, and Australia
How do
for
they
whatever
swear
fucking
being
reason.
like not like cool with gay people, but then being part of Eurovision? Yeah, exactly. And
yeah, well, you have
Eurovision and then look down on gay people is very hypocritical.
they're aesthetically, there's a lot of overlap between being European and being gay.
Right.
Like I'm just saying, like certain things that are like considered European, and a lot of things that are considered gay are similar.
Right.
But people in Europe don't go like, oh, that makes me like riding a Vespa. In Europe, that's just like a thing that people do.
Sure.
In America, I mean, I'm not saying you can't be straight and ride a Vespa. I'm just saying, like, if you have like a Vespa, you know, I mean, in America, that's probably
There's
more
an aesthetic
associated
to
with
it.
being, yeah, or like being really into cheese. Again, I'm not saying
The
any of
Venn
these
diagram's basically a circle.
I'm not saying any of these things like you can't do if you're straight. I like cheese a lot, but again, like I mean, it's one of those things. Like if you're really into cheese, you know, I mean, like that's like
it's just culture. It's like a cultural thing,
right? But so that's what I would say is that a lot of the things that we're like, oh, that seems, you know, like a gay thing to do. In Europe, that's just like, oh, this is like what all the European people do.
Well,
you know,
I mean,
driving like little cars or I'm not.
I know. Just
But I guess that's probably what it is. Is like the idea of like what it means to be straight or gay is different in Europe, I suppose.
Recognize it?
That thing? Oh, it's a dead end. He's been faffing around with that since before I knew him. To be honest, I thought the Giants were just having a laugh at that one.
Okay, fine.
Excuse me.
No. You're wrong in there. This mask is no fraud. The Giants didn't make it, and only a few of them ever glimpsed it in their visions. They never knew its origin, but some believed it was a way to gaze into the secrets of creation itself.
Is it an oracle?
Much, much more. Imagine becoming one with a source of infinite knowledge. Yes. This is why Odin tortured me.
So what do you think? Know it?
No. It's one obsession he never saw fit to share with me. But I'll tell you this. Even when Odin speaks the truth, his purpose is false. Either way, it's a mistake to let it distract us. Is Heimdall our focus or not?
I mean, he is a son of a bitch.
Then I'm going back to Fenheim. If we're not taking the fight to Odin, I should help my brother stand against him.
You and I wouldn't begin.
Father, I'm gonna study my notes on the mask, see if I can think of a plan. But if you want to go anywhere, I'm with you.
Yeah, you go do that.
Everyone. I'm really sorry about the way I I've never hurt any of you on purpose.
Well, when you can turn into a bear by accident, I suppose these things can happen.
So, do you forgive me?
Of course, Trace. We know you meant no harm, lad.
Sindri?
I'm sure I will. Eventually.
Okay. Guess I'll take it.
You did fuck him up.
I hope that I can be forgiven for not doing more when the Hellwalkers attack. Whatever reservations I have about violence, they shouldn't apply when homes are attacked. Certainly not by undead abominations. And I reached for a shield instead of a sword. You were right to chide me for that, old friend.
You guys feeling any?
Yeah, right.
Fuck off.
You better be, man.
I believe you just might. I can sharpen that axe if you want.
Yeah, you guys feeling any better about Cheer?
Thank you.
Not yet, man. But if he gets his shit together, I might be cool with him.
That she'll keep you alive.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
See if he can pull something together here.
Hey, wait! We're with you.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do something big to make up for how much of a bitch he's been.
Right.
All right. Now we're going to Vanaheim.
Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
No worries.
Unless anything crazy important is gonna happen, I should be back in a minute.
Cool. All right, we're going to Freyr's camp.
We travel to Vanaheim.
Great. You gonna check in on Freya?
Yes.
Glad I get to come this time. So what happened the last time you were...
Oh, man. What else has been going on here? Let's just any other crazy news stories that's been popping up lately?
Once freed, she accepted I was not her enemy.
You also
Trying to
missed
think.
the moment where Brock was lifted arse over face in Freyr's camp.
You met Freyr? What's he like?
Different from his sister. Lacks her conviction.
True.
Trying to think.
Quicker to forgive.
And an ineffective leader.
His heart's in the right place. You'll like him, lad.
It's almost like there's so many crazy things happening all the time that, like, sometimes you start to forget just because there's so much all the time. All right, here we go.
Beautiful. And, wet.
It is also dangerous.
More dangerous than hell?
All right, let's see. What direction am I going here?
Hey, is that soundstone on that log? I can get
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
Barricade wasn't there last time. Freyr's group has been
Yeah, Elon Musk is getting subpoenaed by a bank for being part of Epstein's network.
Epstein stuff? Yeah. Interesting, man.
Well, also, did you saw that the CEO of Twitter that he picked out is like just a massive like WEF employee.
Yeah, I did also see that.
every day the lad gets to see a new realm.
It's funny. I mean, like,
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, you gotta wonder, man.
See how the barrier had fared in our absence.
I hope Freya's okay.
She can care for herself.
We're still checking on her, though?
Her brother's forces are outnumbered.
it's just funny how like WEF, the World Economic Forum, just like
Klaus Schwab.
yeah, Klaus Schwab, the real Dr. Evil.
You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
No one here. Where is it?
Stay alert.
I don't like this fella.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
I just don't like when rich people get together and start talking about how people are going to live their lives in the future.
Yeah.
Like how they're going to make sure that we all live the way they want us to live. Or...
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's just funny how, like, I mean, like, I do think that the censorship on Twitter absolutely is an issue.
Yeah.
But, like, the idea that Elon Musk is going to come in and make the platform censorship free.
Yeah.
It was just a little ridiculous because, like, almost immediately, like, there were just other things that were being censored.
Yep.
Like, they were just different things, but they were still censored. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stop being such a half-blind, piss-drunk, oversexed liar. He's more of a pig than I ever was. I do not know you. Do you not recognize your handiwork?
I don't know, man. All I've realized in life is that everybody wants control of the narrative, man. Like everybody is always fighting to be able to determine what is true and what is not, and what's being said about what's happening.
Exactly. Yeah. This is 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
Exiled at Midgard, I was trapped in my earth. And then you shot me. At my command.
Oh yeah, I remember the boar that we brought to Freya to heal.
Yeah.
It was like how we first met her.
Mm-hmm.
That's that guy.
Oh. Huh.
Maybe I can grab a little bit of water, actually.
Come. Just watch where you aim that bow of yours. My hide's not so thick in this one. We can head out whenever you're ready.
Where are we going?
I have a favor to ask. I'll explain on the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the best things we could do in this country is let people who pay a lot in taxes just put their names on stuff, maybe make some, like, design decisions or whatever about it. Like, if Jeff Bezos would pay his taxes, man, I'd let him name an aircraft carrier after himself. I'd let him name a highway. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, airport. Like, if he would actually pay his damn taxes, then whatever we build with the tax money, like, fuck it, let him put his name on it, so then he can be like, whoa. Like, I mean, that would be a better form of dick measuring, right?
If everybody paid their taxes.
Every year, we should just, like, there should be a competition for which one of these billionaires can pay the most in taxes, and we'll just rename some mid-sized shitty city that nobody cares about after them, right?
Yeah.
Like, would anybody...
Their competition.
Like if Akron, Ohio was called, like, Bezosville now, would you really care? Like...
Right. But, if it was based on the fact that he paid a lot of taxes.
Yeah, that he actually paid his damn taxes, like...
Right. I feel like that would be an okay trade-off.
At least we'd get some money.
Right.
And then he could, be all pumped because, like, now Tulsa, Oklahoma is like, Bezos town, or like Zuckerberg.
Just call it Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
The old swine still carried a grudge. You'd know it.
What happened between you?
The usual. Miscommunication, conflicting loyalties, broken promises. Nothing concerns.
But then there'd be then it'd be like rich people would be competing to pay the most taxes, right? Like if you could get a town named after you, or
well, what if we just let
some
them have
major
all the
project,
places
some
in
dam or
named
something
after them?
Well, but they're not gonna pay taxes for that, right?
Maybe they will. I don't know.
Is the government gonna be in control of the metaverse? Oh man, that's even more dystopian than I could have possibly imagined. I was already worried about these corporations having control of it. Now you're telling me, like, some government bureaucracy is going to be in charge of the metaverse?
Do we ever think that wasn't kind of going to end up being the case? I don't know.
God, man, could you imagine standing in line for, like, a digital license to, like, fly a digital jet or something like that?
No, but Fucking probably.
Oh
Yeah.
god, having to go to the Meta DMV to like get your you know, your virtual paperwork in order. We gonna have to pay virtual taxes? Dude, come on, Sage.
I think that's gonna happen.
Fuck you, man. If I go into the Matrix and I have to pay taxes on like goods that already don't even exist.
That's where our friends are, girl.
Oh god.
Centaur World.
Centaur World, dude.
Fucking Centaur. That is such garbage, dude.
Oh.
I could not believe how bad that shit was.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. If I can't escape like 1099 forms and shit like that in the virtual world,
Well, look at the movie The Matrix.
Yeah, you're right. But
Like
I'm not like those people that ruined the old Matrix. Like if it was perfect, I could live there. Like I wouldn't rebel. I would not be like, oh, this like
it's too perfect.
It's too perfect, and like I'd be like, yeah, this is great. Like. Oh God. Just imagine, man, some fucking like Agent Smith just spawns in front of you and it's like, our records indicate that you sold a virtual golf cart for 700 simoleons, and you didn't claim that on your virtual taxes, so.
Dude, I guess that
you're gonna.
Of course, that would be how it would
It's gonna be like a Windows update too, where they don't give you very long to like put it off, and it's like, do you have time to spend 3 hours in virtual tax court? If you just put it off for too long, it's just like, now you can't leave. Like,
that God. But I do think that's exactly what it would be like.
I don't know, man.
Whatever the most dystopian thing you can think of.
I didn't know that I would be like rooting for corporate America to be in charge of it.
Instead of the government.
My God, dude.
Yeah.
Otis Feeney said both Frey and Big Veer were captured. Big Veer's the lighthouse who wanted to learn more about that library now, right?
Correct. An exiled scholar married to a warrior.
The closest thing I could think of is in Supernatural when they made Hell just that DMV line.
Oh yeah.
that was more of just like a short joke than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I can just imagine like that in a movie like that, just talking about it, and it's like, just be like, but why do you tax them? Like, it's not even real money, and it's like, it's not the money we want, it's their misery.
Where are you getting there? Oh, there you are. I really just straight up pulled the fucking thing's heart out on that one.
But no, I do really think that's the only way to get rich people to start paying their taxes, is to make paying your taxes a dick measuring contest. Like,
yeah, I can see it. I could definitely see that being like genuinely effective.
Yeah, it'd be like you hear that like Larry Ellison, you know, he got a dam, like a big dam named after him or something, and then you're like, oh man, I gotta get something now, like,
right,
I gotta get an airport or something, like,
so I gotta pay a lot of taxes.
So I gotta pay a lot in taxes, like.
Yeah, I just don't know how you would like convince them, or like how you would actually like implement it. I do think it would work if you could, though.
I don't know. I think you would have like a top 50 list of taxpayers, the top 50 taxpayers or whatever.
Skull and Hati.
Oh, nice.
Alright? It didn't rejoin the sky until after the moon returned.
And then chased an arrow across the sky.
But then you go contact those people and be like, hey, these are the things we're trying to build, like major projects we're trying to do or whatever, you know, are you interested in any of these? You know, do you have any input? You know, what would you like it called or something like that? It seems like it should be pretty simple.
Stuff the moon inside a box.
Yeah.
But it didn't say where they took the box.
Aye.
Because otherwise these people are just going to be spending hundreds of millions of dollars on yachts and shit and like whatever, you know.
Which is, I mean, that's mostly what they do.
Mm-hmm. But you know what they want more than anything else is for people to say their name like every day and like look at something and be reminded that they existed. That's like why people become rich in the first place, maybe more than at least that rich.
Right.
Like Jeff Bezos could have stopped a long time ago and lived a life of luxury. Like he's not doing it
right
for the material like things that money can provide.
Because
like
he's
already can have everything. Like
right.
He's doing it because he wants everybody to like know who he is and thinks that he's so amazing and he has all this money and that he's so powerful and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all ego now.
Right. So if he could have like a dam named after him, or even maybe like a county or something, I don't give a shit like what things are called.
Right. Better that they work than what they're.
Right.
Care about what the name of it is. Yeah. It's the kind of person who wants to be a wealthy hermit, but those people are usually not millionaires, millionaires, not billionaires.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's a lot of people who just want to get
That'd
enough.
Be me if I was rich. I'd
get enough
fucking hear from
get
me.
enough money to like live a luxurious life of anonymity and stuff. Like there's definitely people like that. But yeah, they don't become billionaires because you can do that long before you become a billionaire.
Right. Right. Yeah, definitely. You get to a point where it's like, what's the point of even doing more?
Like, those people are those people you hear about, like, they retire at 35 with, like, you know, $10 million they made somehow or whatever, and then nobody hears from them again because they set themselves up to be financially self-sufficient until they die.
Right.
And those people definitely exist. Kind of what I would like to do, honestly.
Oh,
if
dude,
I could pull that off.
There's crypto. Yep, there's also the crypto orgy weirdos.
Yeah, I don't know what Sam Bankman-Fried is up to.
Well, no, we found out.
Yeah.
Fried Bankman. I'm sorry for
that was crazy, man. That was just like how many hours a day of League of Legends was he playing?
A lot.
Like they said he would play it when he was like on calls, like investor calls and stuff like that, like where he's supposed to be giving like these big important presentations about the health of the company and like its future outlook and stuff. They said he was playing League of Legends during those. Like
I mean, it was obviously so important to him, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and then, yeah, they were having those crazy amphetamine-fueled orgies. What did they call that? A polycule?
I think so.
Yeah, like
it was like some weird
like,
sexual hierarchy where like
yeah.
Well, it's like only certain people were allowed to have sex with certain other people, and it was like based on like your status so you could like fuck the person directly above you and directly under you, but no one else.
Something
so like
like
everybody
that.
had
and there were like like rankings and stuff like that, and you had to climb the rankings, and there was a lot of like shaming involved and stuff like that. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, fucking weird shit, dude.
Yeah,
weird fucking shit.
Really odd.
His lead character's HP was so low. Couldn't take him seriously.
Well, I think his comment was people were at one point he posted on Twitter, it's like, people ask me, why do you play so much League of Legends? And I give him the answer that every League of Legends player does, and I wish that I didn't.
could just stop. It's like,
I don't know. I guess he was claiming to be addicted to it.
I mean, he definitely would have had to have been, right? Like,
yeah. I thought it was crazy that they let him use his parents' house as collateral for his bond. But, like, his parents don't even own their house. They're, like, Stanford professors. And, like, through some weird thing with Stanford or whatever, Stanford, like, provided them a house that Stanford owned. So then, like, it was Stanford University that put up the bond money for him then. Because, like, his parents don't even own the house that they used as collateral. I don't understand why they were allowed to do that. That dude should be in jail. Like...
yeah, no, he should be in jail. So competitive orgy might be the best metaphor for capitalism.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
She's gone again. Hurry, we gotta get across.
Go right here first. Gotta get that moon back, dude. They stole the moon.
Sun and moon.
There.
Hi, bitch. There you go.
Still up there.
I don't know, man. What else is weird that's going on? So what did George Santos do, like, that he's actually in charge criminally? I've heard about a ton of stuff that some of the weird stuff he was doing when he was in Brazil, and like,
I don't know, but
and
I've heard
claiming to be Jewish, and like I've heard a lot of weird stuff, but like, what is he actually in trouble for? Like, what did he get subpoenaed for?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
He's
like a fake person, dude. He's like Jim Carrey and the Cable Guy, dude. Like, he's not an actual person. Like, almost everything about him is a lie. Like, he's like a character that he created.
So why can't I jump? Why can't I drop down?
You need to hit that lantern, that red lantern.
Oh, that's something you can swing from.
Oh, right.
That
Gotcha.
I should be dropping down and then swinging from it from there.
Oh, okay. You can't turn around and get to it from here.
No, I literally. Okay. Pretty sure that's the way you go.
It looks right.
But it literally won't let me. Alright, Yeah, what the fuck? No, that's 100% the way we go.
I mean, you've played this before.
Yeah,
so.
no, I know. I was pretty sure I was right, but the button prompts literally just not appearing.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh shit! Wait, hold on.
Oh,
There's
okay,
a second
gotcha.
branching path. There we go. Okay. Never mind. I was just going the wrong way.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a new animal. There you go. Now we have like beast tamer enemies types that like pull in these creatures. Okay. And that was a wyvern.
Gotcha.
Can I?
What's a wyvern?
So a wyvern,
it's like a dragon, but without arms.
Yeah, wyvern's a dragon, but dragons typically have wings as its own appendage. Like they have 6 limbs, right? If you count the wings, wyverns have 4 limbs, and their arms are attached to their wings.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I've heard about a bunch of the fraud that he did. I just didn't know what he actually got charged with. He, like, defrauded somebody. Like, he's told the guy he was, like, raising money for his sick dog or whatever, and then he kept the money. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm starting a campaign to raise money for your sick dog. And then oh, I got you.
Father, how are you so sure we even have a choice about what we're doing?
Just this we cannot afford.
Who said anything about that? So far, we've done everything the Giants said we would.
We make our own choices. Nothing forces us.
13 fraud charges so far. Damn.
Yeah, he's a weird guy, man. He's like, he really is. He's a fake person. Like, nothing he's told anybody about who he is or where he came from is none of it's true. He's like, he's a character that he like created. He's like, you know what he feels like? He feels like Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can. Like just not a real person at all.
Right.
Yeah, they do kind of look like chickens in this game. It's kind of funny he got elected to Congress, though. You know how little research anybody did into that guy?
Yeah,
like, that's crazy, dude. Like, I mean, like, I assumed, like, politics was guaranteed opposition research. Like, people were going to dig into your past.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a given, too.
That would, your opponent would try to dig up some dirt on you. Like, his dirt was way out in the open, man. Like, people knew as soon as he won the election. Like, the news the next day was like, whoa, who's this guy? And it's like, you couldn't ask that before he got elected.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of...
That's a dereliction of duty right there.
I'm just considering how much, you normally...
Even the parties themselves are supposed to do some vetting of their own candidates.
Right.
Like, you're talking about, there's
only... what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Right. Is anyone in Congress not a criminal? It's always been a jokey stereotype, but nowadays it's more out in the open than ever.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Dude, even, like, Ilhan Omar here, some of the shit she's done. Like, you know about how she reignited a civil war in Africa to make money off of the arms weapon sales, right?
No, I was not aware of that.
Yeah. There was I forget exactly what two areas it is, but they had like completely like solved the situation, got like a legit democratically elected government in, and like the leader had like fucking gotten that shit to stop, and then she funded like a PMC that like overthrew that government so that they could reignite the civil war.
Like,
so
she specifically did, or it's like, oh, okay. I mean, that sounds like something that the American government just would do.
Yeah, but like she was directly funding the PMC that went in and like made sure that this shit started back up again.
That's weird, man. Only thing I've heard about Ilhan Omar lately is that she, people are accusing her of having been behind that riot they had at that DFL, like,
very presidential. Yeah.
It was like a nomination contest, like a nominating convention or whatever for like some local like city ward people or something like that. But it just ended in chaos, man. Like people were like pounding on tables, like throwing it everywhere. Like they
I didn't even know about that.
Oh, I'll show you a video of it. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, anytime shit just goes wild like that, it's pretty fun.
I just like seeing stuff I haven't seen before. Because it used to be like, I mean, the nominating conventions, like in the 1800s, sound fascinating. Like, they would just melt down into absolute chaos. But it doesn't happen as much anymore, you know? Like, you don't quite see, you know, different groups supporting different candidates, like beating the ever-loving shit out of each other while, like, you know, My Country 'Tis Thee plays in the background.
Yeah.
That's why I like watching other countries' parliaments, because some of them, they still brawl, dude. In Eastern Europe
are fun.
Yeah. In Eastern Europe and like Southeast Asia, you still get some pretty good politician like cage matches where they all just start throwing chairs and trying to stand on podiums and stuff like that. That's how politics should be.
Down you go. Yeah, I was gonna say, did my like compass thing glitch out and disappear?
I mean, it is getting to that point, honestly, Ulysses. I remember during 2016 especially, and the way that Trump was like basically a wrestling heel, like in the way that he was behaving, and like kind of analysis of like kind of kayfabe and that kind of that acknowledged fake reality that is professional wrestling, where like people know it's fake but they don't say it's fake, and like the audience pretends it's real and they pretend it's real or whatever. I remember a lot of discussion about like that actually having a lot of relevance to modern politics.
It's because it does.
Right.
It's because it's exactly what's fucking happening.
I mean, it is true. Trump is fundamentally, at the end of the day, a heel, like in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
that's absolutely. Well, other people have said, but what Trump mostly really did was put an ugly face on all the things that the government was just doing anyway.
Right.
That people only noticed it for the first time because he was the face of it, but that shit was happening regardless of whether he was involved or not, you know?
A lot of it, anyway.
Maybe not everything, but the vast majority of it was. But people only got upset after.
Mm-hmm. Well, wasn't it Obama that talked about how like once you become president, you realize how like limited your ability to actually change anything as president is?
Yeah, he did say that.
Like how when you're running for office, you think you're going to be able to go in there and, you know, actually like leave your legacy and leave like an impact or whatever, and then you realize that like most of the power of the president's been like
completely
kind of parceled other bureaucracies and bureaus and stuff, and like there's kind of an established way that things are done that's almost impossible for you to cut against. And you just kind of get pushed along by the advice of different career officials and stuff like that. I mean, it kind of makes sense in a lot of ways, because how can you have long-term strategic planning when the president can change every 4 years?
Right, exactly.
They can come in and completely uproot everything the last guy was doing. And it's like, and I understand why, like, that would be a major disadvantage to, like, a China or, like, an Iran or, like, these countries where you can expect the political, orthodoxy to continue forever, basically, like without short of some disruption to it. Like the logic of the state is going to continue in basically the same direction.
Right.
Big Veer used the diversion to escape. What about your brother?
We know where they're holding him. Bayla's already prepped the explosives. If you're with me, we can leave as soon as you're ready.
Still doesn't make me comfortable with people who weren't elected making most of the important decisions in this country. But
oh yeah, no, I definitely don't like it. Yes, Minister.
Oh yeah, I know that show.
Like the title sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
It's a British show about people who like fulfill those kind of administrative roles in the government, and about how the politicians are just kind of morons or whatever, and the people who really, run the country are those people. No, that doesn't help that, like, I don't know, man. We gotta stop having these, like, joke politicians who are, like, literally too old to even be functional. That
would be nice, wouldn't it?
It's like every time in American history I've seen them, like, wheel, yeah, it's a pretty funny show. Like, I mean, it's a good premise for a TV show.
That sounds interesting.
But like, I remember when they wheeled Arlen Specter in to vote. I don't remember what it was, but, like, I mean, the guy was basically dead. And they had to, like, fly him in and, like, roll him forward.
A signal for Vela and Beardred to set off their distraction.
Because it's British and about Britain, but so it's not censored. Interesting.
Ah, nice. Interesting. Huh.
As long as it's not critical of that government, then
right.
It's allowed to be there.
But,
once we see their beacon, we'll regroup.
like, yeah, when they wheeled Arlen Specter, and or like Dianne Feinstein just got wheeled back in. Did you see the pictures of her?
No.
Ew. She had to be told she wasn't running for re-election. Like, she didn't know that, and the press was like, do you have any comments on the statement your office put out about you not running for re-election? She's like, well, I don't know, what? Huh? She's like 89 years old, dude. Like, get the fuck out of like.
Yeah, no, seriously. Get out. Once you're that old, get the fuck out. Like, I am fucking tired of these fucking people.
Like, dude. Yeah, I mean, like, the boomers won't give up control, dude. They can't imagine it.
We're literally gonna have to pry it out of their dead cold hands.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, Mitch McConnell's turtle-looking ass doesn't.
Still got old man poopy pants in the White House.
Yeah.
Having meetings with the Pope.
Or what's that? You know who Mitch McConnell really looks like, dude?
Dana Carvey as the turtle guy and Master.
I mean that, but I think he's really looking like Admiral Akbar these days, dude. Like, it's just like. He's looking like less and less humanoid. Like, he's really like hunched over and kind of his what's that, like a gullet? Like, I don't know.
Well, it's not a neck, that's for sure.
Well, that's for sure. But like, it's like kind of a pelican's beak. Like, it's
gullet sounds right.
Yeah. He's but again, there's another ancient human being that just like won't relinquish power.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing for all the, like, a dewlap.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Like, for all the all the hatred of Trump, or
I mean, Trump's ancient too. Like, it's people can't tell because he's orange and people don't know how Oompa Loompas age. Like,
right. Well, that's true. But I'm just saying, for the hatred of, Trump on the left, the hatred of Obama on the right,
Yeah.
Like, all the hatred for these presidents. But, like, Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are both worse than any of these presidents. Because they're there forever.
Yeah,
right. Because they're there forever, man. And won't go away.
They dominate in a way that a president can't. Like, a president eventually has to go away.
Yeah.
That's true.
Those people are much bigger problems.
Well, it's scary when it's like, he was first elected to office in 1972, and like, it's like, holy shit, dude, like.
And that means that they had a career before that to get up to the point where they became a senator.
Yeah, right.
Or a congressman or whatever.
Yeah, right.
That's true. That is true.
That is true, yeah, because, I mean, there you can make it, like, kind of baggy, like, loose-fitting skin, you know? Like,
yeah, it's easy to fit in.
mm-hmm. Kind of hide weird protuberances on your alien body.
That note can kill your friends, brother.
There's the other one.
Did you see how Kanye just decided he was going to be a celebrity again? And, like, people are just kind of, like, let the whole weird shit he was up to pass.
Really? Are they? Is that happening?
He's just kind of, like, I don't know, I've been seeing just, like, posts about him walking with, like, you know, oh, seen with this girl, or what, like, just, like, random celebrity type gossip shit again.
That's crazy to me. After how hard
I don't know,
he
just
went.
for no consequences.
Yeah, he gets away with way too much shit.
I guess it's just now that he's not talking about it anymore, they're like, I mean, he still lost all that money, I guess.
I mean, that's true, but, like, still.
Oh,
Jesus
it's a
Christ.
singing bowl.
And we can use that
Yeah. I didn't know
to
that
change the time of day with Skull and Hati.
I didn't know they had those in Scandinavia.
I don't know that they
Pretty
do.
sure that's a Tibetan thing, dude.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's all this, like,
Yeah,
combined mythology.
Fair enough. Those singing bowls are cool.
There's also if you just do it again, so a little extra dialogue here.
The bridge only grows in the daylight.
I wanted to see the wolves again.
Just like to even put in an extra bit of dialogue for if you do that.
That's funny.
It's just Kratos being like, I wanted to see him again.
Yeah, that's funny.
Had any good books lately?
Bitching about how long we're taking to do this. Fucking sigh at me.
That's funny.
This route followed the prophecy of the giants. Atreus believes Ragnarok is inevitable.
They told us that some of our choices were predictable, but we have changed.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That Twitter advertising algorithm is the first one that really gets me. Whatever update they did to that thing, it really understands
you now.
Well, hey, man, it sent me that lawn ornament called the Great Gnome Massacre, where Bear was just like killing multiple gnomes. Like,
that's true.
It was just like, man, how good is the algorithm when it's like, oh, not only like does this guy like have a strong opinion on gnomes, like it's like this guy has a very negative opinion on gnomes. He might enjoy seeing a bunch of gnomes being murdered. Like, and I was like, hey, like,
it's true. It's true.
Like, yeah, the AIs are getting pretty good, man.
Forgive me for being a head on a belt, but haven't you all just established how prophecy is pure havers?
God,
What?
the most annoying man.
Should have waited, man.
What?
You should have waited.
Wait, why did that kill me?
You got poisoned because you ran through it before it dissipated.
Oh, I guess it's just going too fast.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
It happens.
But you chose not to walk that. Back when we first met, I doubt you'd have done the same.
And you? Do you still seek Ragnarok?
Odin has much to answer. If Groa's prophecy is correct, perhaps my realm can finally know peace. Perhaps I can know peace.
Forgive me for being a head
You
on a
need to
belt.
do another one?
Oh, shit, I didn't even see that right there.
Yeah.
That's what killed me.
Gotcha.
Wahoo,
Got
got it
out
fast.
I just imagine that would be what Sonic would say at like an assisted suicide.
He's literally like, gotta die fast.
They're like injecting him. It's like, gotta die fast.
Oh, whoa. I trying to. Stop telling me what to do so much.
Yeah, Freya.
Yeah, I'd play the shit out of that Sonic game. People really do like their Sonic, man. I'll never get it. Mostly because I think they want to fuck him. But, you know.
Yeah, something like Sonic DNR or something. I'd play that.
Let's see here. Oh, that's the murder mystery Sonic game. People really like. Well, wasn't that game like that Sonic died though? Right? Like he gets murdered on a train.
Gotta die fast. Oh, they murdered Sonic? Oh shit, I'm hyped on Sonic, man.
Ah, I see. Odin used her.
And she unwittingly paid the price.
Classic Odin.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, tell me.
I mean, it's just like a visual novel that's like a murder mystery. It's basically the Murder on the Orient Express. Oh, he's not even dead at the end. Well, fuck that.
Yeah, that's the worst. What an awful twist. That's like a Shyamalan twist, dude.
Yeah, man. Any interest I could have had in that just completely went away.
If we distract them long enough, El Mustini and Atreus will have more than enough time to get rid of
I use one of those, like, those Chinese shopping apps or whatever, the really cheap ones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you can buy some, you know, like, stuff is really cheap. Like, what else can I say? I'm a cheap person. But it's been really weird lately because the notifications, like, seem like kind of those dating, like, scam kind of stuff. Like it was like, this one said, Alex, my sweetheart, like, boy, do I have a deal for you. Open this, and this is like,
wow.
On what? Like, on shoes? Like, it's like a shopping
trying to
site.
talk at you in an interesting way.
Yeah.
Oh, here, check this out.
No, Temu, I don't. Don't want to date you.
Completely giving away your position. What idiots.
That's a pretty dope, like, cat.
Yeah, we rode on it a little bit with Atreus with him. But now we actually get to fight him.
Must be little half-breeds. Lucky day. You have a lot to answer for, sunshine. You too, Tree. Better a traitor than Odin's lapdog.
Burden is mine.
I can help.
I know. But you will need it elsewhere.
He's right, you know. Sizzles wasn't looking so hot last I saw him.
I know you didn't.
This is because Odin lit Freyr on fire one time. I really don't want to have a giant battle cat.
But don't worry, Frigg. I'll be coming for you and your brother.
What, the battle cats like Thundercats?
Well, battle cat, I think, is specifically the thing that He-Man rides.
Oh, I got you. Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Goldtopper is a horse in Norse mythology.
Okay, gotcha.
So they definitely took did their own thing
some
there.
liberties with it. Yeah, I got you.
Well, I mean, they're cool, but like, man, you want one of those crapping in your house?
That's a good point.
Doesn't know his 80s cartoons. I mean, to be honest, most of them aren't very good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I can't like legitimately watch those 80s cartoons. A lot of them had like theme songs I enjoyed. I have gotten a kick out of some of the messages at the ends of episodes of He-Man, but like actually watching full episodes of He-Man, I can't imagine it.
It's really hard.
It's before my time, so like I'd have to watch it as an adult. I can understand the nostalgia. Like I've watched cartoons that I liked as a kid and gone like, oh, this is not great.
Haha. Can't dodge that. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Maybe. I mean, I thought that the last night was so unbelievably bad.
So you've got to land it near him and then blow it up.
Yeah, he's not falling for the catching it thing anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would hope not.
He's also kind of not falling for the...
He's not sticking around long enough to...
There we go.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, it feels like a God of War villain should, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
I mean, arrogance has always kind of been the,
Actually hit me.
Well, he's been trying.
I mean, now we've broken his focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
I do kind of miss the climbing on the gods thing, though.
True. Yeah, there's not really
that was
any of
cool.
that. Yeah.
That was cool in the old games.
Well, that was mostly
kind
the Titans that you did that with.
Yeah, but that was sweet, dude.
Oh no, it was fucking awesome.
That kind of Shadow of the Colossus kind of shit.
That's all this is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I might watch that Transformers movie, but only in the hopes that it's so bad that it makes me laugh, because I haven't actually liked any of those movies.
Is there another Transformers
Yeah,
movie?
they're doing like Beast Wars shit in the new one.
Okay. Didn't they already kind of do that in the fourth one?
They did the Dinobots, which that's different from the Beast Wars.
I gotcha, okay. I don't know my Transformers like that.
I don't know it that well either.
Out of pity.
Now that tells you how much Kratos has changed.
Oh, now I am definitely going to gut him.
This is your final warning.
I love Kratos.
You think you get to just walk away? No. That is not how this works.
Is he gonna cry?
No, he's like creating a arm out of Bifrost energy.
Gotcha.
He's just angry that we would take pit. He's angry that we would give him mercy. He'd rather just get killed than...
So he's, yeah. They're all fucking psychopaths, dude. Damn.
He kind of does have a T-1000 thing.
Don't you know who I am? I am the Watchman of the AC, the Herald of Ragnarok. Slow down. I am going to find that mongrel of yours and beat his face into a pulp.
Kratos like would have let him go too. He genuinely would have.
Only one of us is walking away from this. And it sure as shit will not be you.
Yeah, tell yourself that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. If I believe you, man.
Dare try and spare me.
Like that itself is what made him really angry.
This isn't who you want to be.
Alright, it's the most annoying one.
There we go. No more Heimdall.
Here's our first real god kill of the game.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that one seemed necessary too.
That also means that Kratos now
Has control of the Bifrost.
I mean it's the horn, like it literally like opens all the realms simultaneously to begin Ragnarok. Oh, he needed to die.
Well, he asked for it. He literally got mercy and didn't accept it. So,
Yeah.
what's the answer after that?
Oh yeah, you fucking kill him. Yeah. No other choice, man. No other choice.
What's going on over here?
Well, now we're going to catch up because Freya, she went to go help her brother, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna go deal with the rest of the army over here.
A little help? At least the rescue's going well.
Yeah, I don't know. Him as like the curmudgeonly father is.
It fits, man. It really
works.
fits.
It works, but it has been an interesting journey for him.
I mean, like, I definitely could appreciate people not being like missing just how epic, the other games were.
Yeah.
But I think it wouldn't totally fit the storytelling to have it be quite as like the way they've done the Nordic gods as these much more human figures.
Yep, I agree with that.
But I mean, I imagine that if we went to like Egypt next, you'd get some pretty epic, like big creature monster kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
With those gods, because a lot of those would be actually like giant animals.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's good shit, man.
That was great. No, goddamn it! I don't want it to be like Gods of Egypt.
Are you sure though?
Come down here. Yeah, no. At least the effects wouldn't look that bad. Well, I would hope that we'd actually get some cool animal gods. I'd hope if God of War does Egypt, that we would be sitting with like fully crazy looking animal gods, like basically the whole time. Like I would hope that they wouldn't really look like people. I suppose it'd be okay if they looked like people and then they turned into big monsters, but it would be kind of nice if we just had them be big monsters or big animals at least the whole time. The giant snake that blows up because no one loves it. I mean, maybe. It would certainly be different.
I will carry you.
I can make it.
You cannot.
Ow, ow, ow!
To me. Follow.
We got company back here.
Oh, no.
Go.
Archer's ahead!
Oh, seriously?
Nice. Kratos really is such a badass, dude.
I like his "Death Can Have Me When It Earns Me" line. Has got to be one of his greatest lines of dialogue throughout the whole thing.
Alright. We gotta be close, right?
On your right!
Keep going. We're almost at the river.
How about the girl?
Where's the boat?
Hurry now. That won't hold them for long.
So like a shrinky dink?
Kind of.
Nice.
We should go.
That's a cool little thing from Norse mythology. I was happy to see them include. And then once this mission ends, that'll be a good stopping point. So we're almost to it.
Sweet.
A lot of plot progress, man. The last couple times we streamed this, there's been a lot of momentum very quickly.
It's pretty sweet, man.
Let's see. Actually, I'm curious. Based on how many story missions we have left.
Okay. This is bad.
Hang on.
You should have seen your faces. Relax. It's flying. We're flying.
I knew it would do that.
It's a treasure planet. God, I haven't thought about that in a long ass time.
We have guests.
There's another one!
I knew this was going too smoothly.
Yeah, you see how the wyverns, they have only back legs and then the wings.
Right.
Yeah. That's the only thing that makes them different from dragons, really.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, this is a moment that it does ring kind of hollow without spending time doing a bunch of the side content because you have no idea who this is.
No, I don't know.
You get to know him a bit if you do the side missions and
I
stuff.
gotcha. Okay.
He's been, those traveling warriors that we found a couple times. Said they're the big
sure.
night guys.
Yeah.
He was one of those. at one point,
gotcha.
like under the heel of Odin, searching for Jotunheim.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, it's like this like sacrifice of like of a character that's like, well, we don't know him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, also you have the the breathing thing. That's also
interesting.
Although plenty of versions of wyverns have had them breathing fire, just because the difference that's paid attention to the two is not usually like not often actually like cared for, I guess.
Sure.
It's like they're all sad about this guy that we did not know.
I know nothing about.
I mean, to be honest, even if you do all the side missions, like I don't think
you
don't
get
to know
get really attached
well.
to him. Okay,
no, I didn't feel it, but certainly more than if you do ignore the side content.
How is that Minute Maid Agua Fresca?
I like it.
I like the Agua Fresca at Chipotle. It's pretty good.
Well, like the place I work, some of the guys will they'll just make it out of actual fruit. Like they'll just buy a watermelon, bring it in, and then make it on the spot.
That's cool. Oh.
Just really good shit.
That's awesome.
Some fantasy like Game of Thrones intentionally blends wyverns and dragons to make realistic dragons. That's also true. That's also true because the dragons in Game of Thrones definitely did the wing hand or wing arm combo thing.
Damn it, Una. Easy.
Heck you says to me for? I'm the one who stuck you like a damn pig. No.
Freya, my good friend. We're just taking over entirely.
Still, she'll just give you staples so we can take you to Sindri's house. The rest of my creatures.
They really have just been like moving into Sindri's house. They just keep moving more people into his fucking house.
Wow, Sindri's definitely one of those people who can't really say no.
He was getting a little testy.
With Atreus?
Yeah, well, he did turn into a bear and fucking claw him in the head, so. Oh, yeah, I'd love to see more of that, like, kind of weird out there. He should charge rent. Yes, he should. So that when we come back in, it'll
reconnect. And we're back.
Yeah.
It's like we were never gone.
More cockatrices and shit. Oh yeah, totally. That way Ulysses doesn't have to sit through an ad every time.
But that's how we make money doing this.
This is that one time we started over and over and over again.
That was horrible.
It was pretty bad.
Ragnarok. Whatever it done.
Read about it in Odin's library. Supposedly
We'll discuss in private.
Alright, so let's just get back to Sindri's house, and then that can be the end of the stream for today.
Sweet. Made a lot of progress today.
Yeah, we did.
Could be important. Maybe we should follow.
That's a side mission we're not going to do.
The Scent of Survival.
What's that?
Sounds like a romance novel.
It does. It really does.
So, what do you want to do now? We don't have to go straight home, do we?
I told you about when I went to that Museum of Sex in New York, right?
Oh, yeah, you definitely did.
Okay. I was telling somebody about that this weekend. and I didn't really know how to explain what a 4D movie experience was. I was like, have you ever done
when the
that?
comes come straight out of the screen at you.
Kinda. But then I found like a promotional video just for the technology, so I showed it. So then
you definitely didn't show me that.
She had me show her boyfriend without telling him
What it was
beforehand, and he was like, "Oh my god, like what?" And then I told him what that technology was used for in the situation that I was in. He was like, "Jesus, man," and I was like, "I know." Most, I don't know. I don't know what I expected out of that place, but what I got was
not what you were expecting.
I just wanted to laugh.
So it actually worked really well that whole time.
Oh, okay, nice.
Being only on wireless.
Gotcha.
So that was actually pretty good.
Okay.
All right. Well, we are done anyway.
Yeah, but just wanted to come back and say goodbye and everything. Thanks for sticking on the stream with us. Okay, phone.
We'll pick up in Sindri's house next time. But yeah, hell yeah. Solid, successful stream.
Yeah.
Good shit, man.
Yeah, good
and that
shit,
actually, based on how many missions are left, we only have 5 story missions left. So
that's crazy, dude.
I think 2 more.
Wow.
I think 2 more streams and we'll be done.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Then on to Resident Evil 4.
Yep, Resident Evil 4 is next.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah. All right.
All right, afternoon tune. Thanks for sticking around, Ulysses. Always good to have you in the chat, man.
Hell yeah, guys.
See you next week.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next time, and then let's see. Who is on? No, we'll do Yoshino. He's never on at the same time as us.
Oh, nice.
Hang a little bit of that back. He's like drunk from the medication that we've been giving him. Oh, all right.
All right, have a good one, everybody.
There we go.